Good afternoon. I call call to order this meeting for January 12th, 2024, our official school board business meeting. And I'd like to welcome all that are here and all that are listening. At this time, I'm going to ask Lisa Hudgens for the invocation.
Oh God, as we gather today to make decisions that shape the future of our educational community, may we be guided by wisdom, compassion, and a shared commitment to the well-being and growth of every student. May our discussions be fruitful, our decisions be just, and our actions be in the best interest of those we serve. Let us work together with courage and purpose to create an environment that nurtures learning, fosters collaboration, and builds a foundation for success. Amen. Before this afternoon's invocation, the school board would like to recognize with a moment of silence the passing of Michael Anderson, a custodian day porter at Carver Middle School who originally joined CCPS on September 23, 2013. The passing of Marion Trent, a bus driver who joined CCPS on August 31, 2000. And the passing of Wyatt Fowler, a sophomore at Midlothian High School who passed away on December 30th, 2023. Please join us in a moment of silence. Thank you.
Now for the flag salute, Dominic Chatters.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now open the floor for nominations from the board for the election of the chair of the school board for 2024. Are there any nominations?
Dr. Doherty, I'd like to nominate Lisa Martin Hudgens for chair.
And I would like to nominate Dot Heffron for chair.
Are there any other nominations? Okay. Hearing none, nominations are closed. We will start with the first nomination. Madam Clerk, please call roll for nominations of Lisa Hudgens to serve as Chair of the Chesterfield County School Board for 2024.
Ann Coker,
Nay.
Dot Heffron,
Nay.
Dominique Chatters,
Nay.
Steve Peranto,
Yay.
Lisa Hudgens.
Yay.
The vote does not carry. For the second nomination of Dot Heffron as Board Chair for 2024, Madam Clerk.
Ann Coker,
Aye.
Dot Heffron,
Aye.
Dominique Chatters,
Aye.
Steve Peranto,
Nay.
Lisa Hudgens.
Nay.
We have a majority vote for Dot Heffron. Congratulations, Ms. Heffron. At this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Heffron and Ms. Chatters to switch positions. Ms. Heffron, congratulations as the board chair for the 2024 year. And I will turn the gavel over to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Dougherty. Good afternoon, and thank you to my colleagues for their support. A very sincere thank you to Ann Coker for her service to CCPS for 2 consecutive years as an exemplary chair of this board. You set a high standard and are definitely a tough act to follow. As this new board begins the important work of supporting 65,000 students, oversight of a nearly $1 billion budget, and setting strategic goals for the division, I will do my best to continue to earn and deserve the trust you've placed in me. Our schools serve learners of all abilities, backgrounds, incomes, religions, and values. It is imperative that this board approach our deliberations and policymaking with this in mind. There's no place for politics on the school board. We must check our personal political agendas at the meeting room door. There's no us and them, only we. And as we enter this term as a board, I ask that we stick with the winning philosophy of do what's best for our students. This approach has consistently led us in the right direction in the past, and I believe it will serve us well going forward. The previous board's term was defined by the global pandemic. The next 4 years and beyond offer an opportunity for this board to empower CCPS leaders to implement innovative solutions to the lingering effects of the pandemic on our division. We are uniquely positioned to provide the leadership necessary to allow Chesterfield County to step into the spotlight as a leader in education in not only the Commonwealth, but nationwide. These next 4 years are critical times for public education. We face significant challenges. However, I am confident that when we do what's best for our students, we will succeed in overcoming them. Thank you again to my colleagues for your support. Gotta get used to leaving the mic on. So now the floor is open for nominations for Vice Chair of the School Board for 2024. Are there any nominations? Yes,
I nominate Steve Peranto.
thank you. Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Ann Coker.
Madam Clerk, would you please call, are there any other nominations? Okay, hearing none, the nominations are closed. Madam Clerk, would you call roll on the nomination of Mr. Peranto to serve as Vice Chair of the Chesterfield County School Board for 2024?
Ann Coker,
Nay.
Dot Heffron,
Nay.
Dominique Chatters,
Nay.
Steve Peranto,
Yay.
Lisa Hudgens.
Yay.
Okay, sorry, I'm going back to. So the nays have it, and Mr. Peranto has not been elected to the chair, or to the to the vice chair. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll on the second nomination of Ms. Coker to serve as vice chair of the Chesterfield County School Board for 2024?
Ann Coker,
Aye.
Dot Heffron,
Aye.
Dominique Chatters,
Aye.
Steve Pronto,
Aye.
Lisa Hudgens.
Aye.
Right. So Ann Coker will serve as the vice chair of the school board for 2024. Congratulations, Ms. Coker.
I too would like to say thank you to my fellow board members for their willingness to let me serve as vice chair. It has been an honor to be in the chair position over the last 2 years, and I hope that over this next year we can all work together and kind of hold true to what is important for CCPS, what is important for our students, what is important for our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Coker. We're going to move on to the consent agenda. The consent agenda includes the agenda adoption, approval of the minutes from the December 12, 2023 work session and the December 12, 2023 business meeting. Memo number 00124, appointment of school board representatives to committees and regional programs. Appointment of clerk and deputy clerks, resolution to bond clerk and deputy clerks, appointment of agent and deputy agent, resolution to bond agent and deputy agent, authorization of signatures in absence of superintendent, school board approval of the superintendent's designees to attend meetings in the superintendent's absence, setting of meeting dates, times, and places, and memo number 2-24, approval of USDA farm to school grant application. Are there any additions or corrections to the consent agenda?
Madam Chair, there are no additions or corrections to the consent agenda.
Are there any requests from a school board member to separate an item from the consent agenda for discussion and individual action? Okay, hearing none, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Madam Clerk, would you please call roll on the motion?
Ann Coker,
Aye.
Dot Heffron,
Aye.
Dominique Chatters,
Aye.
Steve Pronto,
Aye.
Lisa Hudgens.
Aye.
Next, we have public comment. For this meeting, citizens were given the option of submitting their comments online or in person. Comments submitted via the online form were sent to the board prior to the start of tonight's meeting and will be included in full as an addendum to the meeting minutes. Madam Clerk, would you please announce this evening's in-person speakers?
Madam Chair, we have one speaker this evening. May we have Michael Carabinos. Each speaker will have 4 minutes to address the board. There's a timer set up on top of the podium that will turn green when you begin speaking, yellow when you have 30 seconds remaining, and red when your time has expired. As a reminder, no personal belongings other than a cell phone and speaker notes are allowed at the podium. Please have your materials organized in a manner that when you arrive at the podium, you are prepared to start speaking. Please note that comments equivalent to campaigning for any public office are in violation of School Board Policy 1110 and are prohibited. Mr. Carabinos.
Before I could start talking. New year, new board, new term. And let's start by hoping that your term is not as eventful as the last term was, because I think we still have so much on our plate from that. As a Matoaka parent, I'll ask you the same thing I asked the last board, that every decision you make in those seats is in the service of the best interest of the students and families of this county. That you act in inclusion, not in exclusion. That you provide opportunity and not roadblocks. that you open minds rather than close them, that you act in wisdom, not paranoia, that you look for the greater good, not the greater agenda. I believe that students have a freedom to read. I believe that families deserve to have the care plans that's designed by their, in cooperation with the behavioral and mental health providers, honored. I believe that every student deserves to be treated with dignity, not singled out by new policies pushed down from Richmond in the spirit of cruelty. Support our educators. Pay our educators. Pay our educators. Pay our educators. Trust our librarians. Preserve the books. Protect trans kids. Respect our real history. Teach inclusion. Ignore the manufactured moral panics. And let's get back to the real business of education. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Carabinos. Madam Chair, that concludes this evening's public comment.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we have this evening's superintendent report from Dr. Dougherty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to share a video from our communications team. At this time, I'd like to invite Sean Smith to come and present.
Thank you, board members, Dr. Doherty. For our video today, we're going to talk about the Carver College Career Academy. They participated in a contest to create the best apple dish. The winning recipe will be served at middle and high school cafeterias beginning January 22nd.
We are participating in the Farm to School Month Crunch Herd Around the World competition. I have 4 groups of students, 2 students in each group, and they've all been preparing and testing and trying out different recipes that feature apples.
We are really trying to focus on our farm to school programming here in Chesterfield County, and the Crunch Herd Around the Commonwealth is something that the Department of Education School Nutrition Department really tries to emphasize in order to kind of bring farm to school to the forefront in cafeteria programs throughout the state. And we're very fortunate to have some relationships with some growers here in the state that provide us fresh apples, and we're able to get out with the students and give them some and have them have a little friendly competition with the intent of putting some recipes on our menus for our students.
They were really excited. This is the first time they've been able to participate in a competition, so they were really looking forward to it. We tested a few recipes, some worked, some didn't, and we just kind of switched up whatever we need to through our testing, and we have our end result today.
I feel like it's like more of a practice. Like if I wanted to be a chef one day and I have some people come to my restaurant or something, it'd just be like a good experience because I already experienced it when I was in high school.
It prepares them for life outside of school. It shows them how their input matters, and it gets them comfortable working around people they might not be familiar with.
So today I made an apple bread pudding with my partner Makaya, and we used caramel on the top for garnish. I love apples. I really love fruit in general. I was just scared it wasn't gonna turn out right because the other ones didn't turn out right, so I was just like very scared. Yes, it was good. I liked it. It turns out better than I thought it would.
I think initially a little bit of nervousness. You see a bunch of folks walk in and they're going to be judging your recipes. It's obviously a little concerning, but you know, they seem very excited about it. I was really impressed with some of the skills that I saw, culinary skills, knife skills, and just an overall excitement. And I think that's kind of what we're trying to do, is just get excitement around farm to school and our program overall.
I think it's something that they'll remember outside of just the book work, the class work, the homework. Having a hands-on opportunity to do something and getting to participate with their friends and just have fun. I think they'll keep that experience close to them.
Thank you, Mr. Smith and Dr. Dougherty. Board members, any discussion, any questions?
I'm just curious, what's the name of the dish, the baked apple crumble? Is that what's going to be on the menu? I want to be able to tell my children.
That is a great question. That is my understanding. That is that is the recipe, but you could probably tell them just to look out for it.
Will do. Yeah, that's awesome.
Any other questions? I have two. Where's the recipe? Are you going to share that with the rest of us? And number two, I didn't get my call to be a judge. I wasn't.
So I'm receiving a lot of great feedback today, and so I'm gonna ponder that and take it back to the team. So I appreciate that.
All right. Thank you for bearing with me while I'm first time behind the wheel. Next, we have items for board review. Madam Clerk, would you please read the items for this evening or afternoon?
Madam Chair, this afternoon's agenda includes the following items for board's review. Number 1, Magisterial District Improvement Funds, FY 2024. Number 2, FY 2024, November expenditures versus appropriations. Number 3, Budget Change Requests Summary across categories, November 2023. Number 4, Board Committee Reports. Number 5, Pre-K Update, November 2023.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next, we have this afternoon's superintendent's remarks. Dr. Dougherty.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First of all, board members, congratulations. Looking forward to the next 4 years. Thank you for giving me all your time. I appreciate that. And I want to thank, and I did at the oath and swearing in, that I did thank your families. And again, I want to thank them publicly for you being involved, because it will take time away as you're involved in many activities in our school division. Next week, the January 14th to the 20th, is the Virginia School Principals Appreciation Week. And so just to let you know, when you're out and about, we will be meeting with the principals next week, next Thursday, to have our monthly meeting, but also show appreciation to them as well. They work hard, and I think as you go out and about the schools, you will see the dedication that we have in our administrative teams. So we want to honor them as well. Madam Chair, that's all, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Dougherty. Next, we have an opportunity for announcements and communications and school board comments. School board members, do you have any announcements or comments? Yes, Ms. Chatters.
First, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be here and not push me all the way out of the room. And I just want to also say that the budget town hall for Dale District will be on January 24th at Meadowbrook High School. So we encourage all of Dale District to attend, to share your opinions and your thoughts about the budget for this year. It's really important that we get consensus and input from the community. That's all I had.
Thank you, Ms. Chatters. Any other comments, board members? Okay. The next school board meeting will be a budget work session held here in the public meeting room at 4 p.m. on January 23rd, 2024. If there's no further business, all we need is a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Madam Clerk, would you please call roll on the motion?
Ann Coker.
Aye.
Dot Heffron.
Aye.
Dominique Chatters.
Aye.
Steve Pronto.
Aye.
Lisa Hudgens.
Aye.
The motion carries. The January 12, 2024 school board business meeting is adjourned.
Keep to that pace there.